Welcome to my YouTube channel Modi Mechanical Engineering Tutorials. So in this video I would like to explaining about in details onto the solidification of copper as a pure metal. So in my previous lecture I already explaining about solidification process of pure metal with the cooling curves, and it will be validated by Gibbs rule. So here it will be only talking with respect to the copper as a pure metal. So let us see. So according to the cooling curve, x-axis that will be representing as a time, and this y-axis it will be representing as a temperature in degree centigrade. So here that will be the solidification of the copper. So copper having a melting point around 1085 degree centigrade. So that will be the melting point of copper. So according to the definition of the melting point, so temperature at which all the material of the copper it will be start to converting from solid to liquid, or you can say that more than 1085 degree centigrade. So copper it will be in the form of the liquid. So let's take a graph onto the temperature axis. So here 500, 1000 and 1500 degree centigrade, and onto the x-axis it will be the time. So according to the given condition of copper, so copper having a melting point 1085. So just you can see around this point it will be representing as a 1085. So that will be considering as a melting point. So according to the solidification of pure metal, it will be constant temperature solidification process we already discussing in my previous lecture in the case of solidification of pure metal. So let's take it will be makes a constant temperature process. So that will be the melting temperature of copper. So according to the solidification process above the melting point, so just you can see at this point, so that point it will be representing as a point A. So at point A with around 1500 degree centigrade, so it will be in the form of the liquid. So just you can see the microstructure of A. So at point A, so that will be representing as a 100% liquid phase. So once it will be slowly cool down towards your room temperature. So the cooling process always takes some time. So it will be look like this. So by the cooling with respect to the time, so time it will be just you can see. So up to point B, or you can say up to the temperature at your melting point, or you can say freezing point, because for the single metallic elements it will be having a same. So up to point B it will be 100% liquid. So once it will be touch the point B, so that will be the point of freezing, or you can say solidification start. So at point B, just you can see at point B the solidification begins. So that solidifications it will be formation of the tiny particles of same metals. So here that will be the metal, it will be look like as a copper. So copper it will be continue to start as a solidification process, and rest of the others it will be in the form of the liquid. So here at point B it will be having a two phase, liquid plus solid. So liquid it will be similar for the copper, and solid which is also from the copper. So the equilibrium cooling it will be further going on. So after point B, it will be take some time for total converting of the liquid phase into the solid. So just you can see here that will be the point number C. So just you can concentrate here, that will be the C point with respect to time. So point number C. So at point number C, that will be representing as a end point of the solidification process, or you can say end of solidification. So for the microstructure at point C, so it will be 100% solid. So that will be representing as a 100% solid of copper. So all the copper, it will be formation of the grain and grain boundaries. So each and every grains at point C, which will be differ from the another grains of the same microstructural view, and that will be separated by the grain boundary. So in between B to C, that will be having the two phase, liquid plus solid. So in case of the pure copper, it will be solidified in between region B to C, or you can say constant temperature solidification process. Then after point C, what happened? Just you can see. So after point C, further it will be the slow cooling up to the room temperature. So just you can see. So here it will be the point D. So at point C, once it will be the completion of the solidification process, or you can say end point of the solidification at C. So further cooling with respect to the time, so it will be not changing the phase of the solid, but just it will be the rearrangement of the structure. So the microstructure of point C and point D, it will be quite similar, but it will be just changing, or you can say rearrangement of the grain and grain boundaries. So at point number D, just you can see, so it will be forms of finer structure at point D, or you can say at room temperatures. So that will be representing the microstructure at point D, or you can say at room temperature for the copper, or you can say room temperature. So just you can see, it will be total solid phase of the copper. So from the higher temperature around 15002, cool down up to the room temperature, it will be having a different phase. So once again, just you can concentrate for A to B, that will be 100% liquid. From B to C, it will be starting of the solidification at point B and end of the solidification at point C. So which will be having a liquid plus solid phase. So once it will be complete the solidification process at point C, further it will be cooled down at your room temperature and it only forms the solid, but that will be the rearrangement from the point number C. So that will be all regarding for the solidification of the copper with respect to the cooling curve. Now we will see the validate this cooling curve by the Gibbs phase rule. So here we are just using the modified Gibbs phase rule. So according to the Gibbs phase rule, P plus F, that will be equal to C plus 1, where P, that will be representing as a number of phase at a region, F, that will be representing as a degree of freedom, C representing as a number of component system, and 1 that will be using for the two variables like temperature and compositions, because all the process it will be controlling at 1 atmospheric pressure. So if you want to learn in details of the Gibbs phase rule, so you will find a link in my description box. So just you can concentrate for the different region of AB, BC and CD. Now talking about A to B regions. So region A to B. So what happened? P plus F, that will be equal to C plus 1. So P, that will be the number of phase. So here that will be the phase you can considering as 100% liquid. So phase 1 plus F, so that will be the degree of freedom we would like to find out, and C, that will be the component system. So here that will be 100% copper of the material, so that will be the single component systems. So 1. So finally you will get F is equal to 1. So just you can note down F is equal to 1. That means that only the single parameters is being changed. Rest of the two it will be not changing. So here just you can see temperature one parameter, then compositions, and third as a pressure. So we are using the Gibbs modifies phase rule, that's why pressure it will becomes constant. And here compositions, once again it will be the pure metal as a copper, so it will be not changing, so only single parameters is going to be changed. So single parameters, that will be temperature. So for A to B, just changing the temperature from 1500 degrees centigrade to 1085 degrees centigrade for the copper. So 1085, that would be representing as a freezing point, or you can say melting point of the copper. So during that A to B changes, only the temperature is going to be changed without changing the phase. So for A to B, it always makes 100% liquid material. Now we will see for the B to C regions. What happens? From B, that will be representing as a starting point of the solidifications, and C, that will be the end point of the solidifications. So according to that cooling curve for the copper, it will be solidified at constant temperature process. So no any single variables it will be effect onto the changing of the phase, or you can say in simple way, at constant temperature 100% liquid it will be converting into 100% solid. So let us see and apply the Gibbs phase rule. So P, that will be representing as a 2 plus F, C plus 1. So C means that will be the single material is being used. So F is equal to 0. So just you can note down over here, F is equal to 0. So no any single variables it will be affect. So, or you can say that will be constant temperature solidification process. So that will be validated by the Gibbs phase rule as F is equal to 0. Now we will see for C to D process. So once again apply the Gibbs phase rule. P is equal to 1. Why? Because the 100% solid. So P is equal to 1 plus F. C, that means 1 because of the only copper. So you will find F is equal to 1. So just you can note down F is equal to 1 means only temperature it will be changing. So just you can see temperature is dropped down from 1085 to the room temperature, and it will be not changing the solid phase. So solid phase it will be still into the solid, but it will be just a rearrangement of the grains and grain boundary. So that will be the total solidification of the copper, and that will be validated by the Gibbs phase rule. So I hope you understand that. So if you like this, then subscribe and share more the mechanical engineering tutorials. Thank you so much and keep watching.